So we've got. I want to draw it bigger. Can I erase this? You guys care? You guys
just need a copy to. Nope, that's it.
We'll draw it up here actually. Tectorial membrane. And we have the stereocilia. You have short ones, you've got long ones. It's the long ones that are going to be getting hit by this. Does it make sense how this tectorial membrane is kind of loose? So as
that sound goes in through
the basement membrane is shaking, this is kind of like getting hit back and forth, or maybe rubbing a little bit. And so each of the cilia are kind of coupled, and they have these links between them. They're called tip links. When you guys were a kid, or maybe even last week, when you guys take baths, you guys ever pull the plug and it's like, and you like put your foot on there because it feels kind of funny, right? And then you put the plug back down. I think every kid did that, right?
Yeah.
No? Maybe. I'm just weird. I'm just weird.
It's just you.
It's just me, yeah, I figured. So the tectorial membrane is going to be hitting these cilia and it's going to be bending them. And as it bends them, it's pulling this tip link and it's opening up bits and pieces of these. Kind of like picks up the top like you're pulling the plug out of a bath, right? And we've talked about this endolymph that we have in here. And it's all kind of like sitting on top of it, right? These are kind of located in the bottom. So as you pull the plugs off of these through the tip links, the endolymph rushes in. And the endolymph is high in potassium. Potassium rushes in the cell and it causes it to depolarize. I don't think there's a lot of leak channels in these, which is why it would cause depolarization. Or maybe just so much flows in that it can cause a depolarization. You know,
would these be like dampened or stiffened or something like at night so you're not bothered, or would they be heightened or something? Or are there occurrences when like the hair cells are going to be changed?
I think that's probably going to have to do more with your thalamus.
Okay.
Wait, what pulls the tip links
I
off?
would think, I don't know though. What's that?
What pulls the tip links off?
So these tall cells, you have these tall and short ones. The tall ones get bent and it pulls that tip link with it. And so it kind of lifts the top off.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So sound goes in and it's pushing on the vestibular membrane, which pushes the endolymph fluid down onto the tectorial membrane, which touches those tip links.
The big thing is the basilar membrane is getting moved.
Okay.
This will get moved too. Both of them will.
But in essence, the fluid's being moved that
Fluid's
way
getting moved.
because of the sound, but it's that force is being transferred into the skeletal media.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Any questions? Any other questions?
So how does this like work with the frequency?
So yeah, good question. So these are going to be your higher frequencies. So you're going to have like 20,000 hertz over here. Versus down here is going to be more like, the book says 200, but the teacher put out something that said 20, but I'm going to say 200. So I don't know which teacher said 20. It could be true, but I saw the book say 200. And it's at about, so we measure these usually in like decibels. So at about 120 decibels, which is usually what it's at like concerts, that's where it starts damaging your ears. You can handle about 15 minutes a day, then it starts damaging your ears. Gunshots are closer to like 150, maybe 160 decibels. The thing with gunshots is they're so loud and so quick that your ears don't have any time to adjust, so it can just damage something really quickly. And it's more of a burst and
Oh, here you go. Yeah.
there you go.
Without protection, like until damage. So like a gun blast or a jet engine, you shouldn't listen to that ever.
0 minutes per day.
Without
So you could do
protection.
59 seconds. Is that, no, good.
Yes.
Without protection, yes. And then it's
So, but he was saying like there's certain hair cells that can only match certain frequencies like along there.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
each one's going to kind of have like different frequencies. The further you go.
Uh-huh.
So this might be 20,000, this might be 10,000.
Got it.
So depending on, where you're at. So like these real low ones, they're only gonna really catch that frequency if it's the right one for them.
Okay. And then, I think you said something about like how there's like muscles or something on the ossicles that like dampen sound or something like that. If it's really loud, that's like how you get used to it.
The
I feel like.
stapedius and the tensor tympani muscle. Or no, not tensor tympani.
I don't know.
Oh, I think I don't remember much about that.
He said
Yeah.
it was our class, right? You talking about
I have no idea.
that? So he said that
I'll look it up.
yeah, like the muscle tightens, which prevents the ossicles from moving as much, so you don't have as much force going in.
Makes sense.
Okay.
I think there was one other thing. Oh. If we removed your auditory ossicles, can you still hear something?
Yes.
How?
I don't know, I just said yes.
They push
You
up
sounded
against-
so confident.
Push up against
That's my trick.
the oval window still, just not with as much pressure.
Yeah, it wouldn't be as much vibration, because didn't you say yesterday that those vibrate back and forth, so it more like amplifies it?
Yeah. So, the main goal is to get that membrane to wiggle, to shake, right? To vibrate. And so, if you take a tuning fork, you guys will do this in 265 lab. Hit it on the table, and you'll have like your ears plugged. Your teammate, your
Partner.
buddy, will hit the tuning fork on the table, and then you can't hear it. So it's plugged, right? But then they'll hit it on the table and stick it to your forehead, and it causes your skull to vibrate just slightly, enough for the basal membrane to shake, and then you can hear it. Makes a little humming sound.
Aren't there like headphones now that instead of going in the ear, they're up here, and it vibrates through your face?
Are
That
they?
is so
think
weird.
It's like rocking out
Dude,
the
they're doing
Running.
crazy things with headphones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could see it.
but it's kind of like a. What does a cochlear implant do?
I don't know.
Huh.
Anybody here know?
Same thing as your cochlea.
I feel like we talked about it today. I just can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. Does this make sense to everybody? Any questions with this?
Would they ask us a question about the head thing?
Maybe.
Just
The
like,
tuning fork thing that we just did?
yeah, just like they would put it to your skull and you'd be able to hear it.
It'd be
That
conducted
fair one?
hearing loss because you lost your auditory ossicles. That might be more 265 stuff.
That's the first thing you over to is special senses, just work that, right?
So like
I think so. I
conductive.
can't remember. I already took the test. What are you doing?
What are you talking about?
Just kidding.
Okay, so
Yeah, I think
conductive
it might be.
deafness versus sensory neural. So sensory neural would be like damage to the hair cells,
Yeah. Or, yeah.
and then conductive.
Would be with damage to the bones. So conductive, you can still hear.
Just not as well.
Yeah, whereas, what's the other one called?
Sensory neural.
Sensory neural. You can't.
So conductive hearing loss would be more like a structure like the ossicles and
Yeah.
and then you said sensory neural hearing loss would be like the cilia.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.